Ladies and gentlemen, short story time. This week I've been feeling seasonal affective disorder. I think, pandemic winters are not fun. And I slept late, woke up a few hours ago, and someone sent me surprise dinner. Spaghetti and meatballs, garlic bread, big salad, and a piece of chocolate cake. Thank you to Michelle for that. Oh my God. And then I'm on season 3, episode 7 of a show called Yellowstone with Kevin Costner. And it is one of the best shows I've seen in a very, very, very long time. And so eating my meal and laughing and crying at Yellowstone. And Justin sent in a contribution. And so to everybody in Astro Fight Club, I just want to thank y'all so much. It has been a crazy 9 years at THORnews. It's been a crazy last 2.5 years. I just want y'all to know that thank you. And I think I'm coming out of my funk. Okie dokie. Thank you. Thank y'all. You guys are amazing. I'm so grateful. So grateful. I feel appreciated, and thank you. Let's talk about some stuff, though the weather's kind of boring up until the 14th. Jonathan McDowell, we're talking about the supposedly solar flare coronal mass ejection knocked down a bunch of the Elon Musk Starlink satellites, and more satellites may fall due to that solar storm. And as far as satellites go, the Starlinks are pretty low in the atmosphere, and the solar storm apparently created a much heavier drag than the satellites were designed for. So, I mean, it's just a very interesting story all around. I know a lot of people don't accept the main stories at face value, and 2022 is definitely an interesting time. And then we've got a solar storm coming up today or tomorrow, and the day after that, from this coronal mass ejection, which left the sun on the 6th. This was a pretty big one, pretty big deal. I don't think it's doomy unless you're a tiny little satellite, though you may feel an energetic shift. And we were watching out for possible snow for the Northeast for the Super Bowl. And then the weather's supposed to start getting interesting and possibly dangerous again around the 18th. And here over on spaceweather.com, they're showing us here is when the Starlink launch was. And then these are the minor storms that caught the Starlink satellites. As you know, solar cycle 25 is much stronger than everyone predicted, other than me and Scott McIntosh. And so 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025 are guaranteed to be interesting. I'm so overwhelmed by gratitude, it's hard for me to put together funny and interesting thoughts. Please allow me to bip-bop around. A few daily high temperature records are broken today across the region. They have heat warnings up, and I'm apparently hitting 91 degrees today. Okay. Hey, Alaskans, stay aware. You got an avalanche warning. I heard Bernstein, or is it Berenstein, about Sunday. There's a chance of snow, mostly early morning to midday. GFS operational is more aggressive, with 1 to 3 inches for the DC Metro. So I think, yeah, that's Super Bowl day or night. Apparently, the couple that stole $3.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, did a bunch of social media where they were bragging and rapping, and she's not that good of a rapper. No offense. Anyway, she got busted. They did. It's an interesting story. Paul Smith, 22, started off with a bang. 2 clips TV going out. He captures sprites in the sky, which are like amazing, mystical, magical creatures that are slowly phasing into our dimension. Or they're just like these thingies that appear above lightning. Happy birthday to Ian Livingston. Hashtag Team Jet Weirding. Also hashtag come back, Cranky Weather Guy. Also, in the social media age, it's hard to have male figures where you're like, you know what, I really appreciate that guy. And so I would like to give a shout out to Kevin Costner for always pretty much being a cool dude the majority of my life as far as I know. And yeah, Yellowstone is really a great show. My mom was the one who's like, you got to watch it. And so I had to get Amazon Prime and technically had to pay for it, but it is definitely worth it. But yeah, Kevin Costner, Untouchables. My dad used to make me watch that all the time. Kevin Costner, Sean Connery. And just a wonderful cast. Anyway, so here's our solar storm. Sometimes when I'm in such a good mood, I don't think my videos are super great. And so I apologize for that. I'll try to get back out of my funk and into my game. Yeah, here's the big solar storm that'll be punching us in the face. We're the yellow, or we're here. Sorry. Green? I'm colorblind. Yeah, so this will be hitting us anytime now. On the 10th is what is really predicted. And so will we see earthquakes and volcanoes? Maybe. That's my guess. Maybe. And, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the weather start to ramp up. So there's the 14th storm that we're watching to see if it's going to be anything major. You get a few smaller storms coming in. Then around the 17th is when we've got that big storm to watch out for. That's through the 17th to the 19th. And then, models are unreliable this far out, but it is just interesting to watch and get a track of patterns. And then so we may start getting a stormy pattern again. It's been a weird winter. You don't have to agree with me, but weather-wise, this has been a weird winter, bro. So for parents, don't let your kids watch TV like that in case of earthquakes. So shake out, shake it off, or don't, I don't know. Anyway. Hey, let's talk about Venus some. We did talk about Venus a bit last year, and now we're talking about Venus now. Here's a breakdown of when the solar probe passed by. There's Venus, there's Elenath, there's Aldebaran, and then there's Orion. Oh, that is so interesting. I like you. Check out this tide. Dr. Hank Pietrosturk has never seen such a tide surge coming into Thurso River. Incredible to watch. So you and I are watching it together. Nobody was harmed. We were just given a very interesting visual. I don't even know where Thurso River is, but it was beautiful, so I thought I would share with you. Yeah, you got an increased chance of satellite re-entries, which means kind of failure. For the coming days, some 40 Starlink satellites from February 3rd launch are coming down. It's like a satellite virus. A few already have re-entered, informs Marco Polo Langbroek. The reason is solar storm. They prevented their orbit raise. So, that's interesting. It's all interesting. You know who does have hella nasty snow? Mount Washington. Check this out. It's as big as a Chuck. See another asteroid near miss. This is brought to us by David Dickinson. A 7-meter asteroid. Cotton Ding Dong 3 passed 0.7 lunar distances from Earth on February 8th. So, once again, great job, Asteroid Fight Club. Congratulations to all super tough Icelanders after surviving the 928 millibar mega bomb storm. It is now back up to 976 millibars. Still quite the sight, says the Irish Eagle. Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm trying not to be an asshole, but that's the one thing about sometimes people who are really rich that no one can tell them that they have a bad personality or they're not that great at dancing or rapping. Anyway, this is the person that stole $4.5 billion worth of Bitcoin and then got caught. Yeehaw. George D. letting us know Alaska is so cold right now that the surface is emitting the same wavelength as the cloud tops, hence the bright green, dark blue surface. So yeah, apparently it's really cold in Alaska. So if you're in Alaska, wear your hat and your mittens and your boots. Oh my God, it is almost Valentine's Day, says Mike's weather page. Watching what's next. Valentine's Day next weekend has a dipping front that pulls Gulf juice up into the southeastern Florida. Could be some storms out ahead to watch. So Florida, you might get wet on Valentine's Day, and Northeast, you guys might get some snow. BBC 404. Shannon Coconut Soup and Curry is like, hey, look at the visions of Venus. She wants to point out that with the Venus Flyby campaigns and the ESA Solar Orbiter and the ESA Bepi, we will have a lot of Venus observations. We'll have a lot of Venus observations during the whole solar cycle. So remember, solar cycle isn't expected to peak until like 2025. So we've still got 3 years leading up into solar maximum. And so that is going to be very exciting. Everything's exciting. Welcome to life. Keith showing us the strong CME coming our way. That will be hitting us in the face in the near future. That chick and her boyfriend definitely look less cool in the pastel sketchings that they do in the courtrooms. This is brought to us by Katya Portsikansky. Crocodile of Wall Street arrested in Bitcoin scandal made for crypto era. Yeah, so we probably won't get any real seriously weather until next Wednesday or Thursday, says Slater. And who did the absolute best financially during the pandemic? Well, I'm glad you asked. It was Tesla, Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, and Apple. So somehow, technology just really benefited from everybody staying home, being confused, fighting. Surprise, surprise, surprise. And then, Facebook got its ass kicked quite a bit. NVIDIA's microchips, and then Berkshire Hathaway is like old school. Drone footage shows a trail of destruction along the coast of Madagascar. Apparently they got hit by 2 tropical cyclones. This and flattened entire neighborhoods. So, yeah, dude. So I don't know, it's a crazy world, and I'm grateful for everything good in my life, and I send out prayers where and when I can. And, things can always get worse, but things can technically always get better as well. It's going to be a hot week in California. And we'll keep tracking the Valentine's Day storm. And we've got the Pluto return 1 year of, like, the 1 year Plutonian anniversary. So a lot of people are predicting the middle or the end of February to be a very interesting, possibly turbulent financial times. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Pluto's here, and Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008. And Pluto will leave Capricorn going into Aquarius in like a year and a half. But everything has just been filled with Pluto energy since 2020. Remember when Saturn crossed Pluto, Jupiter in 2021 crossed Pluto, retrograded over Pluto, and then went back over Pluto. And then now, during this last week or so, or the last month or two, and it'll go into March, here's Mars and Venus, and then here's Pluto and Mercury. So Venus has gone across Pluto, retrograded backwards, and now we'll go across Pluto again for the 3rd time. Mercury went over Pluto, retrograded back, and is now crossing over Pluto again for the 3rd time in like a month or two. So like the Plutonian energy has been so heavy since 2020. And, and the Plutonian energy will probably continue to be heavy through 2022 and until it like leaves Aquarius. And so I don't know, man, the Pluto energy is not my favorite, but this is partially why that like the Plutonian energy has been so weird for everything. Look how crazy this is. It's almost like the couples. You got Mercury and Pluto dating, and then Venus and Mars dating. All right. You guys are great. Like, seriously, thank y'all so much. Thank you. I will try to get out of my funk, back on my game, and bring you guys excellent information. But thank you. You guys are amazing. I love y'all. Stay cool. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. Peace out. God bless everyone.